We got a new BL. Yo,
We got a new BL now.
I don't know about you, but if you are a romance anime fan like me, well, then you know that good BL especially, are very, very hard to come by. But I really think this brand new summer anime has got some freaking potential. We are talking about Twilight Out of Focus. Let's talk about why it good. Now, this manga turned anime, which is now produced by Studio DEEN, which is in very good hands, I think. They've been tackling like Monster, Banished Former Hero, a bunch of different really good projects, especially in 2024. They even did like Sasuke and Miyano. So Studio DEEN, I think for BL is really good hands to be in, especially since it's in, you know, kind of the more spicy range of BL. But this BL is simple. It's simple, and I think, honestly, a lot of romance anime, you either are getting the simple or you're kind of getting a romance in a different genre, whether it be adventure, isekai, what have you. And this story is basically just two characters living together. One, obviously a bottom, one, obviously a top. One is much more out, but hiding the fact that he is gay, and his secret is safe with his roommate, who kind of, for some reason, hasn't explored any thought about his own sexuality, even though he's like in his 20s, which is fine. But so pretty much setting up for a typical BL kind of plot. I think the interesting thing, though, about Twilight Out of Focus is that these guys start together and are living in very kind of different, separate worlds, don't know a ton about each other, but then they get into this kind of film club, and they bring the really hot guy in to be the main actor, and that's when Mao, the main character, kind of starts discovering he could possibly have
Feelings for another man.
and then it kind of just goes from there and snowballs from that point. I think kind of the things that stood out most about this one, because there's only an episode that I've watched so far, is just that, you know, I can tell there's going to be a lot of good spice. I can tell that I'm probably going to cry at some point. The music, you can always tell when the music is just like geared for tears, and this one is like, it's like the Ford Mustang of tears, or
The Dodge Durango of tears.
I'm telling you, it's ready to just pump them out. Another thing that I noticed within this anime is that it's got a really not only unique plot, with them being kind of interested in film and making like an actual BL within their film class, but it's like everything from like the frames they use to the way they shoot some of the angles or create some of this animation in this is really unique and interesting and geared around film, which I think is really cute. And there's a lot of like almost like ASMR narrations. Like they're always just like, he walked in and he was wearing Chuck Taylors and something like that. And it's really seductive. Like I was watching this late at night and I was like, oh my. And so I'm really excited. I think I want this to bring on all the sauce. You know, I want it to get spicy, how I like my BL. Yeah, I think the characters so far with Mao and Hisashi are very, very interesting. I think they're going to pair well together. And I'm just super excited to see where it goes. I think the side characters are also really going to be a big part to play in this. And again, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I feel like it's kind of almost like a food desert when it comes to BL. It's a hot guy desert out here for anime fans. You know, we get like the Yuri on Ice and the Given every now and again, but then it's kind of just like it got kind of dry, you know. And I have full faith that this one is gonna pop off. So let's talk about why it bad. So I would say that upon the first episode, some of the things I could fear is that it's a little, the tropes might be a little dull. You know, I always feel like in BL, it's always like there's a guy that's kind of very like, you know, aware of themselves, and there's very like okay with who they are. They've gone through the development, and then there's the person, usually the bottom, that's just kind of like never explored anything, never really thought about it, and they, as far as they know, are kind of like straight presenting, and then it's just suddenly like, whoa, you're so hot, you're like, and they're like literally the hottest guy like that anybody would fall for, and then it just kind of falls down that trope a lot. And I know it's gonna do it because every BL pretty much does, but I would like to see, especially in BL in the future, be a little more kind of diverse with, you know, some of the characters that go into them. I don't think every time has to be like somebody's first time. I would like to see like some more like experienced, like comfortable with themselves kind of characters, but I do understand that maybe that doesn't make for as much like possible issue for, like, you know, running into roadblocks along the way. Like, obviously Mao is going to be kind of struggling to come into their own and figure out exactly what they want, what they like, all those things. So in that regard, I understand why that trope is done a lot. I think other than that, there's not. From the first episode, I was really engaged. Like the whole way through, I was actually sad when the episode ended because I wanted there to be more. And I think that is a really good sign that there's not a lot wrong with it as it stands. And now I honestly want to go read the manga, but it's kind of at that place where I don't want to spoil the rest of the anime that I started. So I guess darn you for having a good show. My final thoughts of Twilight Out of Focus. I think I'm super excited to see where this one goes. And, you know, if you've seen any of my videos, I love romance. I love BL. I love anything in the romance or drama department when it comes to anime or manga. And this one just like tickled my fancy. It just dragged me in. Is going to keep me there until it's over, until I'm just begging to get out because I'm drowning in my own tears and sorrow. So I really, really am excited. I think if you like BL of any sort, you should check this out. If you like romance of any kind, you should check this out. If you like Studio DEEN is nailing this one so far. I'm excited to see what they do with it going forward. And the setup was really, really good. It seems like it's gonna have like a good kind of just road to trek down for a bit. It's not gonna give us the reward right away. It's gonna be a big plot payoff. I'm really, really crossing my fingers for. And especially if you like film, it does seem like they incorporate cool elements of like old film or cinematography into this from time to time. And they've got really, really saucy and good voice actors. So if I had to rate this show as it stands right now, I would give it an 8 out of 10. And I'm just really, really stoked to see where it goes from here. So if you enjoy romance anime, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, you little otakus and otaku friends, I'll see you later, all right? Bye.